Hey everybody, Tara Brown here. I am a portrait and personal branding photographer in the Seattle area, and normally I'm teaching people how to use their DSLR camera and shoot manually, but today I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite tips to help improve your photos no matter what kind of camera you're using, if it's your iPhone, a point and shoot, or your DSLR. So let's get started. Tip number 1 has to do with lighting. It is a beautiful sunny day, as you can tell, and you can probably also see these nasty shadows under my eyes, under my nose, under my neck. This is called hard lighting, not ideal for beautiful portraits. So the way to solve for that is to move into what we call open shade. Look at how the even light now hits my face. I can take a picture right here. Hey. And it's so much more flattering. So all you have to do is put yourself in a shady spot to get rid of those hard light shadows. Okay, so tip number 2 is to make sure that your background is clear of distracting elements. I'm in these beautiful trees right here. It looks like a gorgeous background, but if you look closely, you see that there's a little bit of construction happening in the background, and especially things that are orange and yellow, those things stand out so much. So if I was to take a picture of myself, hey, I can see right in here all that construction. So all I'm gonna do is slightly move my body. I'm just rotating just a little bit so that I have these beautiful trees behind me now. Construction is there, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Hey! And there you go. All I needed to do was rotate about 45 degrees just to change my background, but it makes such a difference in your photos. Tip number 3 is to make sure that when you're photographing a human subject, you don't crop them in any weird places. For example, avoid cropping at the ankles, the knees, the waist. It just looks funny. Give people a little space. And also, if you're going to photograph someone in front of a landmark, make sure that you have enough of their body in the frame as well as the background, so it's not just their head. Tip number 4 is another composition tip, and you may have heard of this one. It's called the rule of thirds. So what that means is, normally, as you can see right now, I'm centered in the middle of the frame here. It's not as interesting of a picture. So by making your composition more interesting, you can really elevate your images. So look what happens when I just step a little bit over to the side. And now I am in the left third of the frame. And it just gives your eye something to look towards, and the viewer then has something more interesting to look at in your picture. Tip number 5, and your last tip for the day, is adding layers to your images to make them more interesting. I want to take a picture of this building, and it's okay on its own, but if you back up just a little bit, you see this beautiful tree coming into the frame, and that is what's going to make you have a more interesting photo with layers in it. And because I like you all so much, I've got one more tip for you. Number 6, when you are taking a selfie with your cell phone, please look at your camera lens, not at your phone screen. When you look at your screen, you're gonna get a picture looking aloof like this. And when you look at your camera lens, you're going to get a picture where you're paying attention like this. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Drop your questions and comments as well. And hey, subscribe to my channel while you're at it. I'll catch you next time.